You are a citrus and passion fruit cheesecake. I do love and appreciate you. And I'm actually wearing the panda hat today. It's the panda disguise, friends. Yes, it's actually me, your friend Sammy. I know, state-of-the-art disguise. I now have to reveal what's been going on. Hey, it's not me though. I'm just reading the data. I'm just a messenger. The Bitcoin Spot ETF, the volume and the expectations are exactly reminiscent of a Trojan horse, okay? So what's been going on is, watch, from Wu Blockchain, okay? According to the analysts, so people are saying that there's been like $4.5 billion of trading volume. And what people will then do is they'll say, well, that's a lot of Bitcoin that's going to be purchased. Wrong. It's because 2 of that billion volume that we already know was literally grayscale Bitcoin being sold. We can see this in the rotation. The grayscale discount, you see, grayscale is a grift. They charge 1.5% on your Bitcoin per year just to be in the fund. And all these institutions, now that the discount is kind of near there, they're just getting out. And that was a lot of volume being done. Okay, so their enormous fund, all right, everyone's selling out $2 billion. There you go, $2 billion of volume done. And they rotate into another fund because they're like, hey, man, I don't want to pay 1.5% per year. I want to pay 75 basis points. So go choose something else. So that's one contributor of the volume. So that's why, friends, when you peek beneath the surface, we get to uncover these. Aren't you glad you got a friend like me? Straight posture. You like, subscribe, press the belly button and all to. Okay, we shocked the algorithm. Family show. Mainstream crypto channels have reported, remember, the day trading volume has been a record. And this is no surprise to us. We know that the Bitcoin ETF is a Trojan horse. We know that people aren't going to get it right because they expect a sell the news where they get to fold their arms, sit back in their slippers, which are hopefully are fluffy, and they just think, yep, now it's going to sell off 35%. Bitcoin's going to go down to $30,000 tomorrow, and I am a genius. No, it doesn't work like that. It's thicker. Market's more mature. It is a distribution over time. Okay. For example, Coinbase IPO was in April 2021. When did we crash? End of May. You see that? And they were distributing before that over time, by the way. All the fake news. There was F2 Pool. This was the Chinese miner of Bitcoin. Right? Evil institution. Paying for propaganda of Bitcoin to try shill it to the world while they were OTC dumping 20,000 Bitcoin clips. Bang, 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 just unloading on everybody, telling them, yeah, it's the future. And they knew China was going to ban it. That inside word, okay, it's very obvious. Why would you do it? It's very, you don't have to ask the question, you know. So that's what happens over time. If you notice that these things, friends, it takes a while for everything to solve out. And the powers that be, they prefer it that way because if things happen too fast and too sudden, you revolt against the system. You say, oh my gosh, look at the bad thing that happened today. That's the problem. Okay, that doesn't work like that. It happens over a region of time. Okay, it's very, very interesting how they do these things. You can see the volume up here, right? The volume, see GBTC, this was most of it, 2 billion. And then IBIT was the 1 billion. And these, who knows, there's probably other rotations here. That's all they're doing, man. That's all they're doing. Look, see, friends, this is the thing, right? Imagine on this GBTC, right, 1 billion of it is selling and then it just buys into the ETF. There's no net buying in that. But we're just guessing. You don't know. Of course, there is net buying here and there. There are people who buy the tops. That's the whole point of it. And so if you're welcome, friends, please take a seat over there. This is the chart of Bitcoin. That's what it looks right now. That is a chart here live today. Okay, we are right in the fib zone. I've got to remind you, you are a believer if you are buying Bitcoin with me here. You're a believer if you hold here. You are not a believer if you are now buying up here thinking you're early. You're not. You're going to have to go through the pain of the rinse. We know the pain, the washing machine, the hope and disbelief part, rinsing over and over again, okay, friends? That's how the bug eaters operate, but also that's how natural market cycles operate. So that's what it comes down to. And I'm not ever giving financial advice. You're going to have to trade your own stack. You have to touch your own nuts, hold your own nuts. Or I'm a squirrel. You have to be a squirrel, hold your own nuts. But if I had spot Bitcoin and if I had of that spot Bitcoin a trading stack, okay, because friends, I can't give financial advice. I'm just telling you what I would be doing is starting to trim here. And I've been telling you, as soon as it hit 44K, what I tell you, I would be trimming. Now, you don't trim all of it. You might trim like 10% or 20%. You do one clip, and then it goes up another bit, you do another 20%. And now we've just hit, like, you know, you've seen it hit 48, 49K on the Bitcoin ETF announcement day that we've launched. It's the greatest thing. Sell another clip. You know, it's funny. People who have no idea how the game works, they say to me, oh, aren't you scared it goes up? No, I'll sell more. That's how the game works, right? Just like when the market goes down. Okay, you know when we were long crypto down here, friends? People were saying to me, what if it goes down? Habib, if it goes down, you buy more. It's that simple. So that's what happens, okay? You go down, you buy more. That's it. It's a range. So that's what I'd be doing. Trimming out of this zone. I won't necessarily call it free money because no one can see it. These things are tough. But you also have to deal with the fact that Bitcoin now has a lower volatility regime, friends. And also, look, if you look at the chart live, right, filming for you here, okay, look at this. We have a red daily candle, by the way. Like, I've just shown you, like, the Bitcoin Spot ETF launched, we have a red day. This is literally, friends, this is, you have to think, wait a minute. If this Bitcoin ETF was going to bring in so much money and everyone's going to retire, and Roca Negra and Gary Guzler, the semen demon, and the government aren't our enemy, and JP Mosquito and Goldman Sachs, shouldn't the candles start to be green there? Makes you think, but no one's paying attention because you're euphoric. Everyone's like, euphoric. Finally, we reached this status. But you can see, friends, how many times I told you, if you see anybody out there give a crown emoji or a trophy, so the crown on your head or a trophy that you hold, okay, like this microphone, it's bearish. It basically means you finished the game. Now the new level begins. The cycle is turning, okay? Also, if someone gives you a coffin emoji, like you're a vampire in a coffin, okay, you know it's over. You know it's over for the bears at that point. You know, you're dead now. Your heartbeat's zero. It can only go up from here. So I don't trade off fibs, personally. I don't trade off Fibonacci levels, but you can't deny that when you have a big macro chart like this, it is just something to be of a lot of concern. If you notice, how many times, friends, just to remind you, I drew this golden box of friendship. I drew it a year ago. You have, like, here's the thing, man. I knew this time would come. Or come, as some people say. I knew in the bear market, the like 6 people still here, and the 40 million that have left, the 6 people still here, they say, please tell us it's not going to zero, please. I'm like, it's not, man. It's not. It's tough. It sucks. But, you know, screw everyone. We're going to make it. Now, however, we are now exiting the we're all going to make it zones. That's for Bitcoin, though. Many altcoins are still in the we're all going to make it zones, which means basically the price is so cheap, even if it goes to 2x, you can still keep buying. Okay, with Bitcoin, I mean, think Bitcoin, friends. Bitcoin just goes another 2x from here. Like, you're at $92,000. Like, you really think that's a buy of a lifetime? Max Kaiser is buying at $1. Okay, so these you can't ignore. And I have to remind you, please, the US Fed was hiking rates, and then I said from this point, they'll probably hold and we go up. Now, there might be a hike here and there. They don't really count, okay? We hold and we go up. And then I said, when they cut rates, something bad's going to happen. This always happens. The market's forward-looking, man. It's smart. They know things are turning. So we're watching it right now. I mean, isn't it crazy, man? It goes right on the fib. Just have a look at this. You can't make this up, man. You can't make this up. Literally, it's a weekly chart, and we smack right on the 61.8% retrace. I'm going to show you live. If we go back in history, friends, look how important the 61.8% retrace is. So if you just want to know, you get the fib tool, you go to the top of the cycle high, you go to the bottom, and you go right to the 61%, or you can look at the 50% as well. Okay, that's what it is. Just looking at basic retraces. Look at the previous 2019 cycle. I mean, you go up and down. Look where it is. I mean, you can't make this up either. Okay, look right here. You see this right-hand side? That is the 61% retrace. Once again, can't make this up. Look at this, wicking through. Okay, and if you're not convinced, that's okay. That's just one data point. How about we go back again? Because if we go back to the Mt. Gox Ponzi cycle, I wonder what happened. Here we are. This is a spiritually similar cycle that we're looking at compared to ours because of the FTX and the Mt. Gox Ponzi. So if we draw a fib from the very low, from the very top to the bottom, here we are again. I mean, this is just wild, right? I mean, look, you see, friends, here, this vertical line, this is the Bitcoin halvening. This is the Bitcoin halvening, okay? So this is the 50, and this is 61.8%. Right here. We're literally, look at it. It goes straight into, in between the 50 and the 61% zone. And that is, look at that. See, order block setting. Bang. And you might say, well, it ends up going up. Yeah, but you don't feel so good when it's down 40% on Bitcoin. And you're wondering, oh, man, so I'm just preparing you. You don't have to do anything, please. You don't have to. I'm just sharing with you. We are in tune with what's going on. Okay, these are really important. And these work. These work. It's just the mind of the market. So do we give up? No. No, we don't. Because this is the Bitcoin dominance chart right here. Bitcoin dominance. Bitcoin has basically been partying naked for a long time. Once it reverses down here, it's basically Ethereum go time. You see that Bitcoin dominance chart? That's why I'm just here to tell you, Bitcoin dominance hasn't even flipped red yet, which is beautiful. Another way to look at that, by the way, is, ETH BTC, friends? ETH BTC, Ethereum ratio versus Bitcoin. If I put it on a weekly chart and I put the SuperTrend, look at this. Ethereum hasn't even flipped green yet. Look how low we are. Ethereum is flipping green. Ethereum needs to close the week above 0.016147. So I've shown you, wait a minute, you're showing you like, okay, we're in a danger zone for Bitcoin. But altcoins are really cheap. Ethereum hasn't even started yet, which makes us excited. Just be careful, right? There might be Euphoria in the next 3 to 4 months. We don't know. So it doesn't mean like if you're rotating out of your Bitcoin, I mentioned in here, right? Rotating out of your Bitcoin, reduce your Bitcoin spot exposure to either rebuy lower or add strong core altcoins. Nobody in the industry will say this because they are all drunk on Euphoria. Yes. So, you can observe the early bear market signs of Bitcoin, and I've already told you this trick. For some reason, the fractal continues a bit, which means how it worked in the bear market of recent times, it kind of follows the same trajectory. But you really got to spend a lot of time here, it's only 18 hours a day, because you can mix and match any patterns and see patterns when they aren't there. Now, what pattern am I believing going to happen? When we had Peppy season up here, you see how Bitcoin just like screws around, right? It just screws around here and then it screws around here. These two screw arounds. This is, by the way, these are really painful, right? These are really painful. But this might be what we're in for here. It might be screw around. It might be like screw, pop up, screw, and then, oh no, the halving, you know what I mean? Like something like that. But this might be painful. So I'm just drawing squiggly lines. I'm just telling you, right? The volatility in Bitcoin's gone, man. It's going away. It's gone around really bad. And that's not good for us, right? It's not good for us if you're holding spot Bitcoin. I guess you just want to stack it. But what can you can't, trading spot Bitcoin, it's just sucking now. You're forced now to use leverage, which I know you shouldn't, right? You're going to get wrecked. But opening your mind now. So we know what the opportunity is, right? Meet Kevin and Jeremy Lafufu, many other people. What do they still say? Altcoins are trash. Even Sir Uncle Bobby, right? We love Uncle Bobby. We love Uncle Bobby. Uncle Bobby is Bitcoin and Ethereum maxi type of approach to his audience, okay? Now, I know he loves altcoins. He loves JPEGs, NFTs. He said to me, bragging, he spent millions of dollars on artwork and stuff. I know, we love Uncle Bobby, but I'm just sharing with you, friends, the boomer mentality, the mainstream, even the stock market kids, boomers, and then even Uncle Bobby, they still see everything else as a scam grift, and Bitcoin and Ethereum as the chosen ones. That is crowd consensus. That's why there is opportunity if you say, hey, you know what? I'm going to let go of crowd consensus and I'm going to go to the wonderful land of poopy altcoins where hopefully we get extreme growth. Make sure you like, subscribe, belly button, all. Don't forget it loves you.